Good morning. Time to make the coffee on this cold winter's day. Today's flavor is the chocolate raspberry from Marissimo again. I have some chocolate raspberry creamer that I want to use up, so I'd like to have some of that. Today's high temperature is only going to be 25. And tomorrow, I know we're expecting more snow. Not sure about today, but it's still very dark out, even though it's almost, it's 7:45. So even the street lights are still on. So I'm planning on staying home today and working on my living room, getting that put back together. I have to wait for some casters to arrive in order to put together my new ottomans, so it's looking pretty crowded in there right now, but there's no point to putting everything in the new ottomans if I just have to take it all out to put the wheels on. So putting the wheels on the ottomans will be much easier for me to move things because I will be putting, pillows and blankets in there, and those can get kind of heavy. So again, trying to make things easier to clean and that I can move and clean under things, that would be good. So I'm still planning on cooking down the freezer and the refrigerator and pantry. I shouldn't say cooking them down, but utilizing the food that I already have in there and saving some money, because I have more expenses coming up, especially now in the spring. I'll have the garden again, even though I am, keeping it on the low spend side. And also the deck needs to be redone, so that's going to be about $5,000. And I'm waiting for an estimate from my contractor for my downstairs bathroom. It sprung a leak in the wall, and the wall had to be torn out, and what a mess. So, and then of course I have the organizers coming on the 10th, and that's going to be $750, but I can't do it all myself. And to rely on family, they're all so busy, they work different shifts, and they have families of their own that they need to take care of. So I don't want to be a burden to my kids, and I know if I asked them they would help, but I'm still of the mindset that I can do things and I know how to solve problems, and it's just a process of getting from A to B, from complicated to simplifying. So I'm on a mission to simplify, and that doesn't mean getting rid of all my nice things. I enjoy those, so as long as I'm still enjoying them and I don't mind dusting them, then that's fine. So anyway, I'm going to add some cream to my coffee and give it a taste. So I hope you guys are all healthy and happy and weathered the holiday season well. I know a lot of people are starting to tell me that they're sick, which is concerning to me, because I care about all of you. I really do. And when one of you goes missing, I wonder what happened to you. So cheers. Ah, that's very good. So, all right, my friends, I will keep you all in my prayers and wish you happiness, health, prosperity, and I will meet you, speaking of prosperity, over at the budget book. All right. Well, this is how much snow we got. This is a flat surface, so we got quite a bit. Looks like maybe 6-7 inches. And the little gnome hats are back. It's really beautiful, but I don't know. I could do without. All right. Closing the door. It's cold. Well, it's still partially dark, gray and gloomy. And they're already plowing snow this morning. They do a pretty good job. They're creating snow mountains. I usually start to have a huge pile in front of my house here, eventually. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to go anywhere. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, back at the budget book. Well, yesterday I did spend money. I needed a few things on Amazon. I had to buy casters for my new ottomans, and I didn't want to order those before I took a look to see what kind of casters I needed. I had 4 casters already here, but they require me to drill holes in the bottom of the ottoman. So I wanted to order some that, I needed some that were threaded and some that were just sort of, you know, you just could push in. So I hope they fit, but we'll see when they get here. If not, I'll have to return them, and that's fine. It's easy to return things to Amazon. The UPS station is very near my house, so I've never had a problem returning anything. So another thing that I ordered, I had like $47 in points from using my card, and that I try to pay off every month. So I took that and I put it towards the ceiling fan that I've been wanting. So I ordered that. Now it's a matter of when it arrives, I have to find out if my contractor can install it for me. And of course I'll have to pay him, but that's okay. I've been wanting a ceiling fan in my living room for quite a while. And this one is, it looks like a lampshade. It's a rattan lampshade, I guess that's the best way to describe it. And so that's what I ordered. It was around $100, and then with the 47 something off, it came to half that. So I figured I might as well just get it now and hang on to it until the contractor's able to start working on my basement bathroom, and then maybe he can get this put up. So I think that'll be it for my living room. I can't think of anything else I want. My other shade finally came, so I have new shades on my lamps in there, and I really like them. But I'm going to hang on to the old shades because there's nothing wrong with them. But I've had the same shades for 23 years now. Is it 22 or 23? 23, coming up in February. So I figured, yeah, it's time for a little change. And these lampshades are cut out metal, so they're fairly unique, and I really like them. They kind of go with my botanical boho vibe that I have going in my living room. So my little snorty guy is here. Hi, snorty guy. Hi. Oh. Hi, buddy. Yes, you snort a lot, don't you? Yes, you're such a good boy. Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on in my world this morning. And I'm hoping to have much fewer red X's coming up. I'm pretty good on food. I will have to go to Costco and get an extra bag of dog food eventually. But I'll just wait till my daughter goes, I think, because she goes quite often. She has, you know, still kids at home. So, other than that, I can't think of too much. Unless, you know, Aldi's has some specials or something that I want to stock up on. I don't know. I just go day by day. And as long as I can have a no spend for a couple weeks each month, then that's pretty good. And the rest of it is low spend. Now, you don't have to have a no spend all the days in a row. You know, you can stretch those out over the month. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So, okay, well, I think it's time for a reading. So I'll be back. Let's have some coffee. Cheers. Beautiful on this cold, snowy day. It is beautiful, but it certainly makes life a little more difficult. Well, sometimes a lot more difficult. So I want to do a reading for you. Life Lessons from Julia Cameron. And if you're not familiar with the author, she wrote The Artist's Way, a really, really good book that I enjoy over and over again. She has some really great ideas in there. So today's reading says, Little one, you have lost a beloved. Your heart is numb, stricken with grief. You feel empty, as if your loss has scraped bare the chambers of your heart. Listen to what I tell you now. Death is a portal. Your beloved lives on. What you see as an ending is really a beginning. Your loved one feels joy, not sorrow, expansion and freedom as the transition to being home brings happiness and peace. Celebrate your beloved's life. Do not mourn what is past. Go forward, listening for the subtle signs that life lives on. Your loved one loves you still. Offer prayers of gratitude for all you've shared. Your bond continues as you open your heart. Yeah, we've all loved and lost people and animals, and it hurts. It really hurts. And especially around the holidays, when it brings it home that someone is missing. For some of us, it's a really difficult time. So, it's funny how a lot of, not funny, peculiar, how many people leave us around the holiday time, especially around Christmas time. Now, my dad, he's been gone since 2003, and he died in December. So I think it just makes it a little harder, makes holidays a little harder. For some of us, it makes it a lot harder. But I believe that life may not be as we know it now, but I do believe it continues. And there's just so many signs that they may be subtle, but there's so many signs that if we're attuned and acute to the signs, that tell us that, yeah, you know, your loved one, whether it's a pet or a person. I know a lot of people have lost family members, but the signs that are there, I believe, do tell us that a loved one is still with us. So, I mean, none of us really know, of course, what happens after you take your last breath and you're truly gone. But there's been so much research, and so many people have had near-death experiences where some of the things that have happened during the experience, there's no way they could have known that, like procedures that the medical staff did to them while they were dead. And, you know, it just, when my dad died, at the time we had a dog named Quinn. And Quinn, after my dad died, we were all around in my mom's kitchen because he died at home. He was on hospice. And I remember standing in the kitchen, and my dad always used to like to tease Quinn. You know, I mean, they loved each other a lot, but he'd tease him, you know, with this or that. And I remember standing in my mom's kitchen, and Quinn was sitting right in front of me. And I mean, the whole family saw this happening. It wasn't just my imagination. The whole family was watching this process. And Quinn kept looking up at the ceiling, and he'd wag his tail. And, you know, I'd look at him and say, "Quinn, what are you looking at?" And he'd look at me briefly, and then he would look back up at the ceiling and wag his tail. And this went on for not even a few minutes, but, you know, for a brief period of time. It happened 2 or 3 times where he would look up at the ceiling and wag his tail. And and I mean, at that time, my dad's physical body was still in the home because we were waiting for the people to come and pick him up. And yeah, it was just it was comforting in a way to know that he was still there. You know, and people tell tales about floating above their body and watching what happened a couple rooms down if they're in the hospital or wherever they are, and watching what was going on, what was said. They could repeat what their loved ones were saying in a different room. So, I mean, the universe is so strange anyway. I mean, if you think about it, what is the purpose of all these stars and planets and galaxies? And I mean, it just doesn't even make any sense unless you put your own thoughts together. And whether we'll ever actually find out until it's our time to pass over what's going on, I don't know if the living are meant to know that. I just don't know. So, but I've been watching a lot of videos on near-death experiences and what people have to say and what happened to them. And not only that, but, you know, people report spirits. So, you know, sometimes I think our loved ones do linger around to let us know that they're okay. I remember when my little dog Allie died. She died in 2014. And I remember, and I don't dream very often. Well, I don't remember my dreams, let me put it that way. But I remember after she passed away, I had a dream of her, and she was just running in a field, and she was just so happy, and it's like she came back just to let me know that she was okay. So anyway, yeah, it's hard. You know, even if you think your loved one does go on, which I do believe, it's still hard because you can't interact with them. I'm sure they try to interact with us because they actually know what's going on, I think, but we can't interact with them. So I talk a lot to my dad. If I have a problem, I ask him for help, and a lot of times he comes through. You know, if I've lost something in the house, I'll ask him to help me find it, and lo and behold, shortly after that, I find it. So that, and I was close to my mom's mom, my grandma. So, you know, every once in a while, it hasn't happened for a long time, actually not since my dad passed away, but I'll have a very vivid dream about a message from her. So, yeah, I do believe it. You know, let me know in the comments below some of your stories. Do you believe in life after death? Do you believe your loved ones still communicate with you in subtle ways? Or do you think it's lights out and nothing else happens? I've also been doing a lot of, watching a lot of videos about the Shroud of Turin. And, I mean, it's just fascinating because it's speculated that it's the burial cloth of Jesus. And they still really don't know how the image on the cloth was created. They've come up with the idea that it took a really strong burst of radiation that created it. You know, they've tested it. It's not a painting. The time frame is at the time when Jesus lived. Some of the botanicals that they found on the cloth were from the area where Jesus lived. So it's fascinating to me. I watch videos of that all the time. And I believe in my heart it is the burial cloth of Jesus. I do believe that. So, but let me know what you think. You know, be nice. You know, you don't have to be snarky if you don't believe what I believe or what a lot of the people in this community believe. You know, just if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything. But definitely, if you don't believe in life after death, go ahead and leave a comment about that. That's fine. Just don't be snarky about it. So, okay, well, I think I'm going to write some morning pages, and then I'll be back, because I do have to do some things in my living room, because it's it's like a maze in there. So, okay, see you in a little bit. Here comes more snow. It's snowing pretty heavily. Oh boy. And tomorrow, the storm is supposed to arrive. I think it's already here. Well, time to get cozy in the house. This morning's brunch, I have a leftover potato from New Year's Eve that my daughter sent home with me. I'm going to fry that up. I've got 2 eggs, and I've got some cheese. So I'm going to make some potato scrambled eggs with cheese. And that'll be my breakfast. So I have butter and oil in here. And I diced up my potato. And I'm going to let that fry up now and season it. I'm going to use some garlic, salt, and pepper. And then I'm going to add my egg. Alright, adding a little green onion that I need to use up. Letting those fry up till they're golden brown, and that'll be right. Adding 2 eggs, and I put a couple of drops of Frank's hot sauce in there. And I'm just going to let that cook until the egg sets, and add a little cheese on top. and that'll be breakfast. Okay, there is this morning's breakfast using what I have in the fridge. Leftovers, combining everything, and I think that'll be plenty to eat. And you can have some toast with this, some bacon, some sausage, but I'm going to forego that and just eat this for now. Okay, today I'm going to work on this little area, getting it all cleaned up. I got my new lampshade. I got to take that out of the box and switch tables around here and here. Get rid of this stuff. So it's just a little area to focus on, but I want to get that done today. So let's see how far I get. All right, well, I got this corner switched over and switched up, and now I can sit in this chair and look out the window if I want to, or use it as extra seating when I have guests. So, but I still have this little table I have to figure out what to do with. This I'm waiting for the casters. I have a couple little stools here. I don't want to get rid of this stuff yet because I don't know what I can use when I set up my basement again. So, but if I can't use it down there, I'll donate it. And then I have this going on over here. This bench I'm going to donate. Those lights I have to hang up when I put my shelving up. And there's a couple little bits and bobs on there. And the desk I think is going to go up in my grandson's computer room. So still things to do, but at least I got this area cleaned up. I got my new lampshade. I love it. So it's coming along. Now I'm going to have a cup of tea and relax a little bit. It's comfy. Lizzie wants to try it out too. So I'm waiting for my daughter. She just called and said, "I'm going shopping, Mom. Do you want to come along?" And you know what my answer was. I said, "Sure." So I'm just going to tag along. There's nothing I need except at Costco. I do need dog food and some pee pads for the little Bissy Missy. Yes, that's you. Okay. I'll be back later. All right, tonight's dinner is going to be the taco shells. I'm going to put those in the air fryer. And I'm going to make myself a taco salad. This is leftover taco meat and rice, not meat, from the other day. I'm going to eat part of this and freeze the rest because I don't want to have a taco salad for the next 3 days. I've got the taco style cheese, some ranch dressing, and this taco salad kit. So that's going to be what's for dinner tonight using what I have. Right, here is tonight's dinner. A couple little bowls with taco salad in it. Looks pretty good to me. So using up what I have, creating meals. All right, I'm going to go enjoy this. Well, all right, my friends. I had a really good time with my daughter today. We ran around to a bunch of different stores. She's having company, so she was looking for some food and some other things. And I just ended up buying some stomach medications and things like that. And I did buy 2 of those little 3-wick Walmart candles. They're like $3 and something. I've been burning through a lot of those. So that was it. We had a nice time, and I bought her and myself some Starbucks pistachio latte coffee, and that was good too. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.